It's the whole, like, Dennis Prager, you know, Western society is built on Judeo-Christian values thing. Which, by the way, the term Judeo-Christian values is the greatest cope in the universe. What we broadly call Western civilization is thousands of years old. Tell me, were Christians and Jews getting along during, like, any period in that history? What do you mean Judeo-Christian value? Like, at what point exactly during, like, Western history were Jews and Christians coming together to collaboratively form the foundations of modern Western society? Yeah, where does that even come from? Jesus, you know? For thousands of years, Christians got off on distinguishing themselves from Jews in every imaginable way. They would say wild stuff about Jews. Yeah, Catholics didn't stop blaming Jews for killing Jesus until the Vatican II. And what was that, in like the 40s? When did that happen? Wasn't the Vatican II in like the 40s or 50s or something? Like, the 50s, the 60s? The Catholics blamed the Jews for the murder of Christ? Until the 60s? Christ was a Jew. The Romans weren't Jews. What? Because Judas was a Jew? That's it? Yeah, they still do, basically. Yeah, and trad cats reject the Vatican too because of the whole lack of anti-Semitism thing, yeah. Oh my god. I don't get that. I do not get that. The Romans weren't Jews. Jesus was a Jew, so Judas was a Jew? That's it? Wouldn't anyone who betrayed Jesus have been a Jew because Jesus mostly hung out with Jews? I mean, what how does that work, you know? Like, what? All right. I don't know. All right, we're Vaush, you have the history confused. Wait, what do I have wrong there? Was Jesus not a Jew? Was Judas not a Jew? Were the Romans not Jews? I think I have that right. They're referring to the Pharisees, the crowd that called for Barabbas and Judas. Isn't that just kind of what happens when you live mostly with like Jewish people? Like, isn't that kind of weird, you know? Like, you might as well blame all, like, Middle Eastern people, because Jesus was also that. I guess they probably do. I don't know. Never mind. Just move on. According to the Gospel of the Pharisees, the Jewish religious leaders pushed the Romans to execute Jesus in order to keep the peace, so that's why the Christians blame the Jews for the death. Like, wasn't it Roman oppression that decided the entire, like, socio-political context of that situation? Like, the whole reason anything like that happened, like, the whole reason that entire situation was the way it was because of the Romans, the dominant, like, power at the time, you know? So, like, why, like, I don't know. Now, personally, I'm not a Catholic. I just feel like, no, please read up on the religious history. All right, here's the new rule. Anyone who just says, no, please read up on religious history or anything like it just gets banned instantly, because you could have just said what you think I'm wrong on. I can't educate myself on literally every fucking thing. Guys, I don't actually give a fuck why Catholics blame Jews, okay? Are you seriously trying to justify the idea that you can blame an entire ethnic group because 2,000 years ago a historical figure maybe or maybe didn't die because of some other historical figures who were also of the same ethnic group? Are you, like, legitimizing this by saying that you need to be educated on the history in order to rebuke the idea? I'm just casually discussing this, all right? If you have a fucking problem with that, you can explain what you think is incorrect, but holy shit, the pretension from fucking Bible study dipshits who have nothing in their life going for them except for the shit they were force-fed when they were 12 years old and are desperate to prove to me that that information is somehow useful, okay? Chill, all right? Go find another life skill. Nobody fucking cares. Religion is dumb, okay? Rick and Morty, burp.
That video got seen millions.
Also, how the fuck much do we even know about the history of Jesus Christ when shit's been rewritten like 20 fucking times by Christians after the fact? Right? Like, haven't there been like 87,000 fucking revisions to everything we know about this stuff done mostly by Christians throughout antiquity? Like, how the fuck do we know? Boy, I wonder how Christians might have written this story. You know?
People kept talking, kept having a good time. We all kind of were nodding at each other like, you know, this sucks and we got to think about our lives and what we want to do and do we want to be here and all of those things. But I was very proud to be in that room with those people. And I think that's the feeling that you have to get up the ideas I talk about and you love that I love it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I've been reading because I hate you guys. And fuck you guys, okay? I was right. The Jewish leaders who led the persecution of Jesus Christ and called for the Romans would have stoned him to death anyway. They called for a crucifixion, and they were appointed by Roman authorities. Many of the Jewish leaders who were responsible for the treatment of Jesus Christ did so because they were incentivized by the Roman authority to prioritize political stability in their region. It was the state that killed Jesus Christ. The Jews in the region were just appointed by Rome. This is exactly how colonialism works. If you go back to other colonized civilizations, plenty of places in Africa or Latin America, you'll find that a ton of persecution that took place was done by members of the indigenous ethnic group. Not because they were evil, but because they were under the direct control of the colonialist lords. Because they were put there by the people who were colonizing that region. Now, I don't think this is like a direct, colonizer, situation right here. I'm only saying that, the broader, socio-political reason this took place was because of, Roman occupation and power. And Romans were white. Not really. But let's just say they were. Ergo, white pagans killed Jesus. AKA the Norse. AKA, using modern Norse runes, killed Jesus. So when Nazis use the black sun, they're talking about how they would have killed Jesus. Okay? Yet another Nazi hypocrisy unfolding. It's all coming together. Yeah, Nazis killed Jesus even 2,000 years ago. Who could have thought? Italians killed Jesus. Sink that peninsula into the sea. We tried so hard, but in the end, it didn't even matter.